Have you ever felt like you were meant for something greater? Like the struggles you've faced, the hardships you've endured, and the battles you've fought were never just random. Maybe deep inside, you've always known that you were different, that you were chosen. And if you are truly one of the chosen ones, let me tell you something that will change your life forever. Your days of struggling, of working tirelessly, of chasing after wealth with fear and doubt, they are over. Yes, you heard me right. God has taken over, and your wealth is now guaranteed forever. But this isn't just some comforting statement. This is a divine reality that is unfolding right now. You are stepping into an era where you will no longer toil in vain, where your efforts will no longer be met with lack, where abundance will chase you instead of you chasing it. Throughout history, there have been those whom God has marked as his own, people who were set apart, not because they were the strongest, the smartest, or the richest, but because they carried something within them that the world could not ignore. The chosen ones have always been divinely guided, protected, and most importantly, provided for. And now, in this moment, God is making it known that he is taking full control over your financial destiny. The burdens of the past, the endless cycle of working just to survive, the uncertainty of whether your efforts will bear fruit, those days are gone. You have stepped into a supernatural covenant of wealth that cannot be broken, and it is not dependent on the systems of this world. The economy doesn't control it. Your job doesn't control it. No human being can block it. Because when God decides that his chosen ones will prosper, nothing can stop it. But here's the key. This isn't about material greed or an escape from responsibility. This is about stepping into the divine flow where blessings come to you effortlessly, where doors open without you even knocking, where money is no longer a source of stress, but a tool for greater purpose. The days of grinding in exhaustion, feeling like you're just surviving instead of thriving, are over. This is the era of divine inheritance, where your wealth is not something you strive for, but something you receive as a rightful heir of God's kingdom. And here's the shocking truth. The work you once did to earn a living was never what sustained you in the first place. It was God all along. Every opportunity, every resource, every moment of provision, it was orchestrated by him. But now, he is removing the illusion that you ever had to struggle for it. The veil is being lifted, and you are about to see what it truly means to live under supernatural provision. Think about the Israelites in the wilderness. They didn't labor in fields, yet manna fell from the sky every day to feed them. Their clothes never wore out, their shoes never tore apart, and every need they had was met, not because they worked for it, but because they were chosen. That same divine principle applies to you today. God is shifting you from the mindset of laboring for survival to the reality of living in supernatural abundance. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you shift from struggle to alignment, from effort to surrender, from chasing money to allowing it to come to you in divine ways. Some of you have already felt the shift happening. You've noticed how doors you once had to force open are now opening on their own. You've seen how opportunities are showing up without you searching for them. That's because you are stepping into your rightful position as a chosen one, and when that happens, the natural order of the world no longer applies to you. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think wealth is something they have to figure out on their own. They rely on strategies, business plans, and financial models, thinking that their success depends on their own wisdom. But chosen ones don't operate like that. When God takes over, he leads you into wealth through supernatural means, divine connections, unexpected breakthroughs, sudden favor. You don't have to manipulate or chase after opportunities. They will find you. This is why your past struggles were necessary. They were designed to prepare you for this moment, to teach you that human effort alone is not enough. But now you have graduated from that phase. You have entered into a new reality where your wealth is guaranteed, not by your own hands, but by the hand of God Himself. And that, my friend, is what makes all the difference. Now that you understand that God has taken over your financial destiny, the question becomes, what does this new reality look like in your life? How does it manifest? Many people struggle with the idea of supernatural wealth because they are conditioned to believe that money only comes through relentless labor, endless hustling, and a constant battle to stay ahead. But when you are chosen, you no longer operate under the world's economy. You step into God's economy. And in God's economy, wealth is not something you fight for. It is something you inherit. Look at the life of Solomon. He didn't ask for riches, yet God made him the wealthiest man of his time. Why? Because his heart was aligned with divine wisdom. When God takes over, He doesn't just bless you with wealth. He gives you the wisdom to handle it. The chosen ones are not meant to struggle for money like the rest of the world. They are meant to attract wealth, to be magnets for abundance. And this is the shift that is happening in your life right now. You may have noticed that the things you once chased no longer require effort. Maybe you used to run after clients, but now they are seeking you. Perhaps you once fought for opportunities, but now they are being handed to you. This is not luck. This is the supernatural shift of God's favor, moving you into a place where your provision is guaranteed. It is a sign that you are chosen, that you are no longer bound by the rules that apply to others. But here's something crucial. Stepping into divine wealth does not mean sitting idly and doing nothing. It means you shift from self-effort to divine alignment. It means that instead of exhausting yourself in the pursuit of money, you position yourself to receive from God's unlimited storehouse. This requires trust. It requires you to let go of fear, to stop making decisions based on survival, and to start moving with the assurance that everything you need is already provided. Many chosen ones go through a season of testing before stepping into their full inheritance. Maybe you have faced financial loss, uncertainty, or even complete breakdowns in your career or business. But what if I told you that those setbacks were never meant to destroy you? What if they were simply God removing the old so He could replace it with something better? Sometimes He has to take away what we think is our source so that we finally recognize that He was our provider all along. When God is in control, nothing is ever truly lost. Whatever has been taken from you will be restored in greater measure. You are stepping into a realm where lost opportunities are replaced with divine appointments, where financial droughts are transformed into supernatural overflow. There is a reason why Jesus told His disciples not to worry about money, food, or clothing. He was revealing a higher way of living, a way where provision is not dependent on effort, but on faith. The birds do not labor, yet they are fed. The flowers do not strive, yet they are clothed in beauty. If God provides for them, how much more will He provide for you, His chosen one? The truth is, you were never meant to struggle for wealth. You were meant to walk in effortless abundance. And now that God has taken over, you will see this truth manifest in ways you never imagined. This is why you must stop thinking like the world. The world believes in working harder, pushing further, and relying on personal strength to succeed. But you operate under a different law, the law of divine provision. Your wealth is not something you create, it is something you receive. The key is to stay aligned with God's will, to listen to His guidance, and to move in obedience. The moment you surrender your financial worries to Him, you unlock a level of prosperity that no human system can replicate. You begin to attract resources, connections, and opportunities that others strive for their entire lives. Think of Joseph. He went from being a prisoner to ruling over Egypt's wealth, not because he chased after riches, but because he stayed aligned with God's plan. The same is happening in your life right now. You are being positioned for a financial breakthrough that defies logic. And when it happens, people will look at you in amazement, wondering how you achieved such success with such ease. But you will know the truth. It wasn't you. It was God all along. Now that you understand that your wealth is not something you have to chase, but something you inherit, it's time to step fully into this new reality. The days of struggling, worrying, and working yourself to exhaustion just to survive are over. You are chosen. And because you are chosen, you are called to operate differently. The way you think about money, the way you receive opportunities, and the way you handle wealth must all align with the fact that God has already taken over. But here's the most important part. You must believe it. You must fully embrace that your provision is supernatural. This isn't just a comforting thought, it is a spiritual law. Those who trust in God's provision will always have more than enough. Those who continue to rely on their own strength will remain trapped in the cycle of struggle. And this is why so many people never break free. They still believe that wealth comes only from their labor, that money is something to fight for. But chosen ones, they know better. They know that when God opens the floodgates of abundance, nothing can stop the overflow. Now, you might be wondering, what should I do next? How do I walk in this divine wealth? The first step is simple. Stop striving. Stop making decisions based on fear. Stop looking at your bank account and panicking. Instead, shift your focus to faith. Start expecting supernatural provision. Start speaking abundance over your life. Start seeing yourself as someone who is wealthy, not because of a paycheck, but because of divine inheritance. When you do this, something incredible happens. Your energy changes, your mindset shifts, and because of that shift, wealth begins to flow into your life effortlessly. You've probably heard stories of people who suddenly received unexpected money, who found themselves in the right place at the right time, or who had opportunities fall into their lap without even trying. That is not coincidence. That is divine favor. And that same favor is about to become your new normal. When God decides to elevate His chosen ones, He does it in ways that leave no room for doubt. He removes obstacles. He aligns circumstances. He ensures that your blessings are undeniable. But here's what you must remember. Wealth is not just about money. True abundance includes peace, joy, and freedom. What good is money if you are still living in stress and fear? The real blessing of divine wealth is that it comes with rest. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to compete. You simply receive. This is why chosen ones are different. They don't move with desperation. They move with confidence, knowing that God's provision is already theirs. Think about this. When a child is born into a royal family, do they worry about money? Number. They know that their inheritance is guaranteed. They don't wake up wondering if they will have enough. They trust in their status. That is how you must think from this moment forward. You are royalty in God's kingdom. Your inheritance is not something you need to earn. It is already yours. The only thing that can block it is doubt. If you keep thinking like a servant, you will struggle like one. But if you think like an heir, you will receive like one. And this is where most people fail. They get a taste of abundance, but then fear creeps in. They start doubting, and suddenly they find themselves back in struggle. But that will not be your story. You are moving permanently into the realm of divine wealth. No more second-guessing, no more questioning if you deserve it. You deserve it because God has said so. The moment you fully accept this, your entire life will change. Opportunities will come faster. Resources will flow effortlessly. People will begin to bless you in unexpected ways, and you will finally understand what it means to live in supernatural provision. But here's the final key. This wealth is not just for you. It is meant to be shared. God blesses his chosen ones so they can bless others. When you step into this divine abundance, don't hold it tightly. Give freely and watch how even more comes to you. The more you release, the more you receive. This is how the chosen ones operate. They are not hoarders of wealth. They are channels of it. And because of that, their abundance never runs dry. So now, the choice is yours. Will you continue to live in struggle, bound by the old way of thinking? Or will you step boldly into your inheritance, knowing that your wealth is guaranteed forever? If you are truly chosen, you already know the answer. The days of working endlessly for survival are behind you. God has taken over, and from this moment forward, abundance will follow you wherever you go. This is your reality now. Walk in it.